sir. My name is Kokwa Wowo, and I'm here to make sure that we speak with one voice. I want us to speak with one voice because you know what? Liberia is our home. Liberia is my home. Liberia is your home. And we want to make sure that we educate our people. Educate our people means our people should be able to understand that this is not about me, it is not about you, it is about the country that we love so, so much. So, to be able to understand ourselves, we must be able to speak to the issue that matter. And the issue that matter today for me is the issue that we are going to discuss, you and me. I want to say to the Liberian people, it is time for us to take the very tough decision. It is time for us to take the very tough decision because you know what? Liberia will not be the same again. So today I've come to you with the message from Team Gongloe. Let me be very honest. I am not the chairperson for Team Gongloe anywhere, and I'm not even near the chairmanship. I'm just one of the supporters for this mission. I call this mission because it's very key for me, and it should be very key for you. So today we will be speaking to you on the topic Liberians Liberians win with Gongloe. And I'm so serious. I'm very serious. And I want you to share this podcast because we will be very honest to tell you where we come from. Now, Councillor Tiawon said Gongloe is a poor man lawyer. Tiawon Gongloe does not have money. He's not rich. He's not distributing beggaries out there. He's not the kind of person that called in a big party. He's not throwing 10,000, 5,000 party in the heart of Maserado County, Monrovia. He's not going Grand Bassa County distributing motorbike and cars. No, we don't have that capacity. You know what we have? We have the vision. The mission is on track and the vision is very clear. Let me say this to Liberian people. Many times we will say, oh, you know what? He doesn't have money. Oh, he doesn't have money. And everything we talk about is all about money, 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 money. I understand. I got you. Yeah, we understand your point. There's no money in the campaign. But it is not money that's going to lead Liberia. It's not money that's going to just develop life. It's good leadership. They are coming again. They are coming again. And I want to say to you, I want you to share this video. So to be able to share this video, I want to play this theme song that we normally play on this platform just for you to know that we are very persistent with what we do. We don't want to deceive you. We will be here and we'll be telling you the facts. So let me play this music to take a musical break today Sunday. So we will play some gospel music because you know what? We'll be speaking some dialect on the show today. I will be speaking some Bassa on the show today. Yeah. But I will play some music from the YouTube forum, and we have no copyright to this music. So we want the Liberian people to know, you know, that we are not playing our own music. But we will be playing the music for the benefit of our listening audience, and we don't want for Facebook to hold out in container. You know, let's listen to the wonderful Bassa music. So we want to pause this music to go back to studio, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Bazaar Premium Program, and the program you're listening to today is Operation Connect Gongloe. So we want to pause this music. I want you to connect to Councilor T. I won't say Gongloe. I want you to know this man. So what I say about this money? And you know, Liberian people, you are setting yourself up for failure again. You are doing it to yourself again. Many times we say, oh yes, you know, the American, they will come to our rescue. The international community will come to our rescue. Let me say to you, this time around, it's not about who coming to your rescue. It's for you to do it for yourself. They will support you with some money. Yes, they will give you money. They will give you logistics. But you have to take the decision. The Americans, the people from Great Britain, people from Nigeria, from all over the world, they will not come to Liberia to tell you, say, vote for this person. You have to sit and think. Because you know what? They will spend the money on you. I want you to listen to this one. The money that we're going to spend on the election, especially on the campaign, that money can turn Liberia into a very, very beautiful country. The money that they're going to spend in individual districts to win this election, if that money was intended to develop a district and they have used it for that purpose, some of those districts would have been very, very better. But you know what? They're not going to do it. No, they won't do it. There's no way. But they want to keep the money and spend it on you or spend it just to get in power. So I want to say to you, if you just think that by voting them in power or giving them the authority will develop Liberia, it's not going to happen. And I understand. They try to keep us way down to be very poor, unable to do anything for ourselves. When election coming, the money they should have taken to develop the communities, the district, the county, and the country, they use that money. They allow us to take a few cash, few dollars, rice, beans, oils, riding cows, give a motorbike that will last for just a few months. And then after that, they tell us, I pay you to vote for me. Fellow Liberians, please don't set yourself up for failure. We are too old. This country called Liberia is so old for us to continue in this path. We need to think. Stop selling your birthright. Stop. Liberians, I want to encourage you. I want to ask you. I'm very much concerned about the country called Liberia and the people thereof. I want you to sit and think that it is not all about how much they're going to spend during this electionary period, but what is going to happen after here. What is going to happen after here? Your life after the election. Also, we just wait during election to eat our own. But anything that happens after, we don't care. We're not concerned even if our children don't go to school. We are not concerned even if there's no good health care. We're not just concerned when there's no good roads. No, we're not concerned. But you know what? Our concern is this particular time, we got to eat our own. That our time. This is what killing us. This is what killing Liberians in Liberia. We are only concerned about a few hours. We are concerned for them to use us and to abuse us. They are coming again and they will tell you, say, look, I will do this for you. I will do that for you. But you think the money they're spending, they don't want to replenish it or they don't want to get it back? Oh, yes, they want to get it. They want to get it and want to get it in the dark. And they're going to use you. You're going to pay your taxes. International community will send money for development. And send will not reach you. They will tell you, say, they will fix the road. The road will never be fixed. They will build building, they call it hospital. And there's no medicine in there. They will go to work and say, look, we are going to create job for you. Or Is that what you're going to be depending on when they are when their children and children will be in school abroad and your children not in school? Some of the children that are not in school in Liberia, there should be somebody that we should rely on. But you know what? It will never ever happen to us. I want to say to you, Liberia, don't set yourself up for failure. So many times you will say, oh, this other candidate does not have money, he's not rich, he came late. One of the issues you guys are holding against Councillor Gongloe, and I want to say it clear because I want to explain to you the impact the election is going to have on you if you don't make an appropriate, decent decision. Tomorrow you will sit and say, oh yes, we heard it, we didn't listen. Every year, years in, years I will come and tell you the truth, but you have failed to listen. And if you fail to listen, it's often said, if you can listen, you will feed. And this is not about disrespecting my people in Liberia. This is just telling you the facts. This is just telling you what's going to happen to you. So, Tiawan Gongloe don't have money. I agree, he does not have money to run a heavy campaign. But does he have the qualification? Yes. He's not somebody say he get a country ahead. No, he wants to work with you. So together, Liberians abroad and in country can develop a country called Liberia. So when you sit down and think and say, oh yes, this country is being placed in the hands of the right person to lead us. Liberia problem is not about who's going to spend the highest budget during this campaign. Liberian problem is not about who's going to get the huge fleet of cars. It's not about somebody who's going to tell you, say, I will do that. The problem is leadership. Years in years, our problem has been leadership. We have not had any good system. The governance system has been very bad. We have had insecurity. We have a very rich forest, soil, water, everything, but we cannot produce our own food. Even if we try to produce our own food, our government will not be able to maintain the process. We have everything that it takes for us to build a country, but we are just lazy. Yet we are poor and poor and poor, and our people continue to be vulnerable. And you sit there and you say, oh yeah, he does not have money. Go and vote for the millionaire and you're going to see what's going to happen. Go and vote for the billionaires and you're going to see what's going to happen. What you want is now who has money. What you want is now who's going to spend a higher budget. It's now who's going to call a bigger party, who's going to throw out 10,000, 15,000. What you need is somebody with the leadership. And Councillor Tiawan Gongloe has that capability. He has that attribute. He will deliver Liberia because you know what? It is Liberians that are supposed to make Liberia a better nation. And so we have said a better Liberia is possible. You know why it's possible? Because Liberians can take the decision for themselves. Why would you be thinking about he does not have money? Because he not trained bakerers out there, right? Oh yeah, because we're not wasting t-shirt all over the place. Not so? Oh yeah, because we're not train parties all over Maserati and all over Buchanan, all over Banga and all over the place. Everywhere we go, you say, oh, we don't have money. We don't have money, but the leadership, the capability to deliver Liberia. We are very old. We're going to be 176 or plus days few weeks from now, and you still telling me that the person that's supposed to lead should be a rich person. You are still telling me that the person who's supposed to lead supposed to have money. You are still telling me that the person who's supposed to lead should have come first. You are still telling me that this person cannot lead a country when in fact we have one of the very powerful vision, and we have in fact a platform that you can read that's so simple that will be able to deliver the country, and you stay there gossiping and you stay there speculating. But I can tell you, I have message for you. Let me go back to our guys in studio to take a very short break. And this music that I'm playing today is called David. It's by one of our guys in Basel. I just want to explain to you a little bit, but I know you all know the Bible. I don't have to tell you the story. Goliath and David. David trusted in the Lord. He didn't go to the battle with his power. He went there believing in God. We are not going to this battle with our power because we want to save the state. We want to save our people. I want the people in Basel County. I want the people in Maserado County. I want the people in Grand Cayman, the people in Buffalo. I want people in Maryland, in Sando, in River G, my friends and brothers in Grand Julia County, all the folks in Sando County, and our brother and sister in River State. My Gibi people, I want to say to you, it is about time to take the decision that will be able to allow Liberians to take control of their own country. Councillor Gongloe has said to you, if you elect me, and when I win the election, and say you're going to win the election, I will ensure that we will have equity distribution of the wealth. And so we are coming to the war front as Davis. We have several of us coming there supporting Councillor Gongloe. We don't care who will be the Goliath in this political field. We don't care how big you're going to be. We don't care how many army you have fought for. We don't care how many war you have won. But we can tell you for sure, if we win this war, Liberia will not be the same again. Because you know why? We will ensure that lawlessness will be abolished. This is why we are calling on you to join us. When we win this battle, we're going to ensure that extrajudicial killing will be abolished. Nobody will go to bed and it will be afraid that somebody going to come to their house and maybe kidnap, because you know what? We will empower the security. The police will not be interfered with. The judiciary will be independent of their decision. The executive will remain. We will have checks and balances in the government, and we have separation of power. I want you to hear this. Today, Liberia, don't set yourself out for failure. We are going against a political Goliath and so many Goliaths. But you know what? We are prepared and ready because we are trusting in the Lord. Let somebody say amen. So, we are going to the war front, believing in God. We are going to the war front, the political war front on October 10th this year. We have explained to you what we're going to do. Councillor Tiawon said Gongloe is not a rich person, but he's a Liberian. Councillor Tiawon said Gongloe is not going to, have a very big and big bonanza or big election party, yet he will deliver the service that you need. Ide Hammond, welcome to this podcast. I want you to share, and I want you to call too, and I want you to make comment, because we are telling the Liberian people they should not set themselves out for failure. We have had political failure in and out years, coming years ago. We have had that. We've been down the road before. We've been down this road before. We know what we have been going through. It is time now for us to sit for ourselves, thinking about ourselves, what's going to happen to us, and also thinking about Liberians ahead of us, our children's future right in our hands. It is time to take the decision. Don't look at the big political party in Bapolo. Don't look at the big political party that will be conducting in Grand Bassa County in Buchanan. Don't look at the big political party that will be conducting in Sestos in Riverside. Don't look at the big political party that they will be conducting in Patawi in Bon County. Don't look at the big political party in Fishtown in River J. What I want you to look at the future of Liberia. Look at the information. Try to synthesize the messages that are coming to you. Try to sit and think about the records. Try to sit and say, look, Liberia, we've been here for too long. Try to think and say, look, if I take this money, if I take this $20 right now and vote for this XYZ, what will be the future of my children? What will be the future of our youthful population? What will be the future of Liberia, the country that I love so much? If I take the $50 and follow this guy and voting on, what will be my future? We want a future in which Liberians can have a voice. We want a future in which 50% of people in government can be women. We want a future in which justice will be served when two-person go to court, whether you have money, you don't have money, justice will be served. We want a future in which food production will be at a higher peak and Liberia will become food exporter instead of us being food importer. We want a Liberia in which everybody in Liberia will have equity distribution of the job. Even if you're not educated, even if you're blind, even if you're crippled, you will have somewhere in government or in the private sector to live. This is what we're telling you. You can say what you want. You can tell the world that Gongloe is not the best person, but we have the vision. Transforming Liberia is the only agenda we are working towards. We're not going to tell you we're going to bring the US rate down. We're not going to tell you we're going to provide thousands of jobs in the first 90 days. We're not going to tell you that everything will be milk and sugar, but we're going to tell you together a better Liberia agenda is possible. This is why I'm speaking to the youthful population, the young boys, the young girls. I want to remind you, I graduated from high school in 1987. We don't fear stop my high school. I graduated from the University of Liberia in 2007, Republic of Liberia. If I had been in Liberia today, I wouldn't be able to own my own taxi to go to work and come back and maybe have a television set in my room because everything is upside down. Am I lying? There are some of you guys that have the potential to develop yourself, but because you know what? These politicians are coming back and forward to you and telling you, say, look, run campaign for me, I will give you scholarship. Some of you people, if you lock it, they will give it to you. Some of you, they will deceive you, they will lie to you, they will never ever do it for you. Are you thinking about that? Are you thinking about that? Are you thinking about your future? You graduated from high school 10 years back. 10 years back, you've been running behind the same politician. All wines in new bottles. They've been lying to you. They've been coming to you. They will not come to you after they have won. They will come to you during the elections period. They're coming back again to tell you, say, look, here is 150 US dollars. I want you to do everything so I can win this election. Is that how you're going to live your life, gentlemen? And you go in the street and abuse each other and fight, and sometimes we result to death or illness or maybe injuries. Is that what we're going to do as a young Liberians? You're supposed to be working in your own factory, maybe having your own company. You're supposed to be having your own home. I want you to think about this. These guys that are telling you to do just what they want you to do, their children, and their children are abroad, attending the best of schools. How many senators or representatives or vice president children are in GW Gibson? How many of those guys have their children in Monrovia? How many of them telling you that, look, I'm telling you my everything. They tell, oh, my son just calling me from New York. My son just spoke to me from Washington. My children in Cote d'Ivoire going to school. My children in Ghana attending. I have to go to India for treatment. I am now where I'm going to Ghana tomorrow. I'm taking my vacation 1 month to go to the US and rest. What are you thinking? Liberian, don't set yourself out for failure. For some of us, we are coming to the war front as David. And by the grace of God, we will win this war. Because you know what? We believe in ourselves and we believe in what we say and we do just what we say. Because the records are there. Councillor T, I want to say, Gongloe, he says it, he means it. He's not going to cheat you because you know he been defending vulnerable Liberian who don't have money, who were caught into a very big, non-essential justice web, and he free most of them. Now you're sitting there and telling the world he does not have money, he came late, he's a poor man lawyer. Why would you think so low? This man have told you all his plan. When it comes to corruption, he just launched the anti-corruption campaign, the march in Monroe. Somebody asked me yesterday from Lofa County, what was the outcome of that? Why was it done? Don't you know that the sensitization that we did in Bond County and that we did in Monrovia and that we did across the country, it gave our people some hope that at least we are ready to fight the nightmare called corruption. We're not going to lie to you. We're not going to get corruption out of Liberia completely, but we're going to fight corruption in the public sector. In the private sector, it's hard to fight. We will control it, but the one that caused our children not going to school, the one that is causing our mothers to not go to hospital to get good health care, the one that causing our mothers to have the children behind the house and the infant mortality is claiming high, the one that causing our old folk who's supposed to be the fountain of wisdom to be dying by the numbers. We will ensure that those level part of corruption will be reduced to the minimum level. And our children will go to school and get education. And our mothers will go to hospital and receive treatment. Of course, yes. And there will be food production and Liberia will become a full exporter instead of a full importer. And there will be job because the investor that will come in the country, the farther you go, of course, your taxes will be reduced so you can have the leverage to employ more Liberians. The youth population will take control of the economy. This time around, it's not about sitting on the fence. No, you will be part and parcel of the solution. This is why I'm calling on everybody that love me, that support me, that understand what I'm saying. We should follow. This road is narrow. Yes, I understand. The Gongloe road is narrow, but yet the end thereof is what? Salvation. The other road model, they are very big. They have all the money, they have all the cars. Yeah, follow it. But by the end of the road, there is an awaiting destruction for you. Go back to our guys in the studio and see what they will say about the music again. Yes, yes, yes. In front of God, who is Goliath? Ide Hammer, I want to say to you, my sister, thank you for coming to the show. I know you and my stay here, but we don't care to know people. I just want you to share this video to everybody in your contact and tell them that connection to Congo is very, very important because you know what? Liberia is the only country we have. We should not make the mistake we always make. Oh, yes, we're going to the battlefront. We know we're going to meet a lot of Goliaths, but we are ready and prepared. We want the country Liberia to be built by Liberians. We need your contribution in this process. We want your involvement in this new dispensation. Don't allow them to consume you with lies and misconception. And don't try to allow them to deceive you. You've been deceived before. They should not fool you, Liberia. It is often said that first fool is not fool, but second fool that big fool. We've been fooled several times. They have come to our homes and informed us, look, don't worry, just elect me. When I'm elected, I'm going to be your son. After election, if you go to the House of Parliament, you go to the executive mansion, nobody will speak to you. And you telling me that these are the same people you want to elect? I know. I am not supporting Tiawanse Gongloe for any obvious reason. Let me be very honest with you. Many people in Liberia think some of us abroad we are fighting to come and work. I'm qualified to work in the government. There's no it and but about it. I'm a Liberian. Liberians send me to school. My education, I got my part of it from scholarship. Tottenham National Institute, the Medical and Dental Association pay my school fees. And I went abroad to do my master in Kenya, of course, Liberian pay my school fees. A very institution that I attended, other people pay my school fees. And if Liberians contribute, I'm possibly willing to come back to work and contribute my quota to the nation. But supporting Councillor Gombe is not because of job. We are, and the rest of the team members, we are supporting Councillor Gongloe because a better Liberia is possible. Somebody is calling. Let me see. Let me take this call. Hello? Hello? Let me call you back. I'm in the studio. Okay. I'm sorry for the interruption. This is the call we get every day from Liberia, and we happy to talk to our people. But our people got to understand that sometimes we may get exhausted. I know they're speaking to me for a just cause. They have not heard from me. Probably they need to discuss it. But because I'm here to give you the information, I told them I will call them back. And this is what we want to do. Now listen to me. So it is not for job. It is not to work in government. But I just told you we are qualified to work in government. And if the need be, we will come and contribute our quota. But this is not our ultimate motive. Our motive here, the motives that we are coming our way, is to make sure that a country like Liberia should be possibly the good, better, and the best country to stay. When I come to Liberia, I want to remain in Liberia and enjoy the country called life. I should not be running out because of the situation. When I come outside of Liberia, I should be worrying to go back to Liberia because Liberia is so sweet that we want to make sure that the sweet country we have, we all work to build it. This is why instead of doing what I normally do, this is why instead of me going to other areas to sit and merry-make, I'm coming on this platform to speak to you. And I'm not speaking to you because I need anything specific of what I'm doing. I'm doing it because the country called Liberia is the only country that I know. It is my birthplace. And if I hear ugly things about Liberia, especially the leadership, it hurts me. It hurts me to my head. This is why I'm here to educate you, to ensure that you make the most desirable decision so that you can elect the best president. In my mind, the best president on this particular political block is Councillor Tiawan Say Gongo for the following reason. Let me go back to the guy in studio and let's listen to the bass of music. Oh yes. Oh yes. You never got for some kind of the bass of radio. Let's pause this music and go back to the studio, ladies and gentlemen. Very beautiful Bowser music coming from our brother Zon in Grand Bowser County. Zon, we want to say to you that we are very proud of you because your music is making headway on the Bowser Premium. But this is very important. We are going to the war front. We know there are so many Goliaths. Don't allow them to use you as Goliath. Allow them to use you as David to save Israel, to save the Republic of Liberia. I am here today to tell you that you will make no mistake to elect Councillor Tiawanse Gongloe for the following reasons. Number one, the wealth, the resources, the mineral, the job, the education, the good health care, the good road network that we need will be equally distributed. Let me first start with the health care. As a public health person for myself, I'm interested in the health care. When I was at the Tottenham National Institute of Medical Arts those days, to be very specific, 1990, or specifically 1989, I entered the school. I graduated from high school 1987. 1988, I decided to rest. 1989, I entered TNIMA side by side at the University of Liberia. There used to be the health program called primary health care that said health care will be for all. That was several years back. Health care will be for all. And their theory at that time, health care will be for all, will be available, accessible, and affordable. It never happened in Liberia. Remember when we started operating the healthcare system, we had health posts where we have people who used to be dressing and stuff like that. Then we have clinic. Then later on we have health center, hospital, then health center. Then we have regional hospital. And we had one of the best hospitals in Liberia, the John F. Kennedy Medical Center, a memorial hospital built by President John F. Kennedy as a gift to the Liberian people. And I want to say to you that things become a little bit harder because they're seeing corrupt practices. People in government continue to be corrupt, allowing the more vulnerable people to suffer. We did not access health care at the year 2020 or 2000. We did not access health care after Doe, after Taylor, after Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Health care is so important. When I used to be at TNIMA, even people coming to the hospital, we have to go across the road to Lucky Pharmacy to buy a needle or syringe. A government operating a government hospital could not just provide cotton ball for its people. IV fluid were also in the street. People got to go there and buy. So before you go to JFK, they tell you, say JFK that just for kidding. And I John F. Kennedy, but they call it just for kidding. That was the need they gave us. The government infused money in our budget, but the money went right back in the hospital and came right back in the pocket of the same people that got us where we are today. Many times we never even have current, light to do simplest operation like male circumcision to circumcise a little boy. You could not just find the light. Many times the doctor weren't going to work because they weren't being paid very well. Is it the kind of life we want to live in? If the regional hospital in the heart of the capital cannot afford to get syringe, you want to clear it into some town to have medicine, that's not going to be possible. Do you want a hospital in River G, Fish Town, to have medication? That's not possible. So the healthcare has been like that. We're talking about healthcare on a Gongloe government where at least children under 5 years will go to the hospital free of charge. We will work to make the public hospital and clinic more viable and more interesting that you people will want to go to public hospital instead of going to the private clinic because we want to make the clinic, the hospital, the healthcare, the under the government watch the best so that if a child is born today from day one all the way to 5 years, he or she will go to hospital free. Pregnant women will go to hospital free. People at age 60 will go to hospital free on the government expense. It happening in other African countries and it can happen right in Liberia. We have the resources. The only thing we lack here is the management process because we are so corrupt until we are stealing from ourselves. We are stealing from ourselves because when we steal the medication, we steal everything. Our wives and our children go to the same hospital and they die because there's nothing to be given to them. And we stay there and we say, oh yes, we are a poor country. No, we're not a poor country. We are making ourselves poor. Our poverty rate in Liberia is by choice. We make the choice. Today, many of are now thinking we want to vote for XYZ because he supply our 5 bundles of zins to build a guest house. We want to vote for Mr. S because you know why? He gave us 20 Belco rest to have our graduation party. We want to vote for XYZ because he supply our schools. The man in government and gave cheers to the school and you're telling him that's donation, that his responsibility. Government official, people who are in authority, they are charged with the responsibility to make education to be solid. And if they are contributing to the education, that is their role. It is not anything that you should boast of. That is not a play. That is not something that is given to you free of charge. That is their responsibility, and that should be one of their core responsibilities to ensure that education is achieved under the atmosphere that our children can learn. So if a man gives 100 cheers and you start clapping for him and you say, this man, he's the best person. If a man go and put blackboard up in the school or several blackboards and provide crayons or chalks and then give few volunteer instructors, few dollars, thousands of Liberian dollars, and you tell them, say, this is the good candidate. No, that person is not the best candidate. That person is only using you to be where you are so they can continue to get rich, save their family, save their children, send their children to better school while you are there. And most of the children that are not in school in Liberia, some of them are supposed to be one of the best doctors today. So, if you want the healthcare to improve, if you want to make sure that the doctors or the healthcare providers are paid very well, if you want to make sure that the clinics are equipped, if you want to make sure that we want to be on par with other hospitals, because you know what, Councillor Gongloe himself will go to the clinic and attend the clinic as a patient. He's not going to go to India. He's not going to go to Ghana. He's not going to go to wherever you think about. He's going to receive a medical care because if the president goes to the hospital or the clinic where the citizens are going, the health care in there will be very cautious to make sure that whatever went there will be used for the intended purpose. This is what we're talking about. So you're going to share the clinic, you're going to share the facility with the citizen so the citizen can feel that he's part of that. He doesn't want to go to Ghana. He doesn't want to go to India. Don't get me wrong. If it requires that he travel, then he will be the president for a very unusual condition. That is not going to stop it. But on a normal condition, going to just seek medical facility that is actually applicable in Liberia, he's not going to dodge that. He's going to go there. So if he's making himself to attend the hospital and be on the same bed that Mama Jean and Mama Eric can lay down on and be given treatment, he will go there. This is why the health care will be taken care of. The Minister of Health will be giving a serious mandate. Any medication that is taken out from the hospital without investigation, that person will go to court. And that's why I don't want to hear. When Liberian people hear that when people do wrong, they will go to court, they are afraid. Oh, the men will use iron hand. It does not call for iron hand. It is legal. You're not supposed to steal. Government is not a place to steal. It's a place to save. That's about healthcare. Education. Children from ABC up to 12 will go to school free of charge. Free. So the only thing we're talking about here now, there will be compulsory education in the public school. If you have your child or your children and you don't send them to school, we're going to hold you responsible. Education is the light. Education is the key that opens several doors. Once you are educated, if you receive formal education, you are qualified to be among the other people. You will sit and you will dine with king. You will sit and propose plan to develop your district. We are talking about education and not just wisdom. Because you know what? Some people have wisdom and they can do better, but we want our people to receive formal education. Right down in Guinea, one thing that I studied about is even the university students are receiving stipend. Back in those days in Liberia, the students at Tubman National Institute of Medical Arts, they were felt by the government and they were given stipend. Back in those days when I was in elementary school in Sia in Grand Paso County, the government on an arrangement with Careful were receiving food in the school. People cook for all they were employed on it to eat during recess period. It can happen again, and it can happen forever. The only thing we need to do is to manage our resources. The only thing we need to do, we need to stop the stealing in government. The only thing we need to do, we need to let the people know that they are working for the people and not working for themselves. The only thing that we need to do, we need to make sure that everybody enjoy what they're supposed to enjoy as a country. And it's not only one or two persons sitting there, and the wealth and the riches and everything that has to do with Liberia is being consumed by just few persons, less than 100% in the House of Representatives, in the House of Senators, in the House and the Executive Marshal, and the rest of the people suffering. This is not what we want to see. This is why Councilor Gongloe is the perfect gentleman for this position. Let's go to roll. Everybody know the importance of rule, but you know what? The process is not what we're looking at. We're looking at the strategy to continuously maintain the rule. We're going to put in what we call satellite station by the public work that we have before. They have one in Grand Bassa County. I know they have one before you reach to Buchanan, and they have one so that during the dry season, the roads were maintained. We want good roads, we want food, we want commodities. So country red before they say country red, say, oh, country red Intel, you go to a family market, your country red already there. Nowadays they put the rest in the interior, nobody can even know that they have rest there. And you're sitting there and you're thinking that we don't have the mechanism. We have the mechanism. So because we have good roads, we have good health system, the ambulance will not get stuck, the medication will be on time, the doctor will want to go and live there. We want to train River G or Fish Town into Monroe, everything that you need, electricity will be there. We want Grand Bassa County, one of the oldest counties. In fact, among the three counties that brought Monroe or Liberia to prominence, we don't even have electricity. If you go to Buchanan, you feel sorry for my own city. It does not even represent the city. Government comes, government goes, we still remain where we are. Nobody is talking about it. All what people are talking about is how to milk the economy. All what people are talking about is how to milk the counties cover. Everybody won't get rich. People who are not in government before, they have 50 homes now. They build several houses in Monroe and they buy houses across the world. In Great Britain, in America, is this what we want to see? So why did you force yourself on the people? They are coming again. Liberia, do not set yourself up for fear. Now I will speak Basel after this Basel music, and then I will ask that I will be leaving you very, very soon so that you can have other things to do. So let me go to this Basel music. I'm so sorry, guys. This call here, I will take it later on. So, the man you be near Basel Brie. Let it then and in we are bodu to work. Seven day I chanke mon cha de chi. And you are Bobby Britandy. Then you be bokwen zain ne. Cabe tam de ani a jen de be a brie. oni be kwang ke be bo be mioko nyue bebe kese de babo nyombe be wa mo akwanke wani a be gba vianzan yende pide be wa kia be se win twinde se pode wada ama be se win twin kinji ni a be bochenye be moni nyombe bebe ni e ba sobrie ka bebe fe ni aka be nye debe chinchin nyua ni e ka nwe junke be je mo anye kwan ke ojeji ni moni nyombe ni ayo boja be fo wa bi ke junke be mi opo na ka be driaja ke be ara zon gbe ni be ma la bi da nyo ke be ani aka fian ke be asia mo zambe ke be amu ayochu bo pattern be wa ni yo de ye junke be je yu ka be dia ni a chenye mo jani mon ke be boche be ke be huru ya be bosia mona ke ga wa dan ti awon se gonglo ke de money babu de ntwa be wa ke wa be ko ni nsa won po ke da von ke da jepa ke te da otadba ke do tadba bo la bi da nyobe wa win de pi opoje ke ga na ke oje chen ke ji ni aje nye nwa aje nyi blessing kwa ni ke ga mu apon je ke la bi da do ga na ke come bi a ke ase nyopo gbe packaging gba mu de ose nyopo gbe wase come you mo be wa ni you wa ke suku no ji ni de kuri ebri wa ke depo kuri ni wa ke meneka kuri ni wa ke sero ni wa ke gana ni be ani you be wa ni ale la bra ke be wa ke se de chin be nye enyi gini mu von ke de be ase mo abe mo abro ke nande be onyu amo apaton ke be ani akomo abono ke be ani akon ke bro ke oni akomo ko nyon sembe wa mo ye ka wa ke oji enyuke ojina ni suku mu yisre ojina ni pirambo mu yisre ojina ni amola bira nyoke ase mombe na we ase eje huri die mu be ke bloka kro construct ko be ake mondi de amonyu we amon ke amon prend de bloka kro nyobe kon dia na ebo chenge no yemo amumu bank amudi de bank ase dalo be akere po mu fo ke amonyom be mom be mo you ayi mo ne ga mo ni amo you asre chana be ake so medical ni amomo amo you abodu we so be amomo bank ase dalo be akere project ke ara amo pre ni de amo aka anyo se but dem bro awdu ake omo de bambi ya jinke yi prombodo ye bege ye be so poro kompo de going debobli ni and so now gas agbara fana ehuni ni nyu ada mege da plontre de anya tinye mo abro ke no mo jinke de be hasia nyu be nje cha ke mo ka ke abro 9 ni be o 9 na ke pon anyu ni be nyu be ni are bro nwa ke wa me ko njiwo mo ke nyu ni ka be na we ase breje ke ga mo ati awon se gonglo be amon tba no babo no de kuye be ke nyu be de bia bi wa twa ba omo nyoro ke mu von be de bia ni akun zanye juke be jinyo wu obo woni be aji onyu be de be kewe bani be ani blog kewe mu zanye nyo be ni ade ba so bi de omo nke abe bo cheke nwe de mo be ke abe duwo kon se nwe amoni aka ase von ni bo gona kwanchi dekon je ani avon we amo be nyon be ni ayan blike be je kon yon wuro ke abli bro ma la bi da ke oni yon wuro bi akon kran se bode mo bro chabi aduo ji ke dia wenje ke dia dare wenje ke dia ni no ada crimpo ka da kwipo sle mu zinyo la bi da no ni yon mo kranpo dekon je ani avon we omo beje osia die be ke jide ke sia ni jube je si bade jube be wada no de jika wa die be wada bo po ni ke nyon de wala o amon se la bi da mo de kan se wade anyon be ni ala bi da ke wa se von ni be wa ke yon bru mo za hi de kon je ahun de ke amon nyon be ma kin jube na ke dia bri o je ke ni a kon knapu kon ja na fon mo kon je ke on mon ki abe boche be mo ba so nyon ke bebe ke yi ju owracha ka be dia ni a chenye ke be du te bi e konse be bo be mi onyo be wa ke be voan vu be wa ke be zun zan wa mo be fa dara mo ejo bi anyi be mo wa vu nge wa da e ja ni be se wa ji e mu do ti be mu wa ji e mo zon kon ne be wa po a map chire okon yo zon yin edwin mo zon mne edwin so na we si we ke wa ni a di ende o de amunyu we de beke aga mo ati a won se gongo be de be se a jiju o ki be se we ka ye jo se bo de be da se a wibe ke se a humebe be pleni asia be moto bo be ja ni o se a wo pa ni ka branyo bra bu se a hro mo je ni be ka be ka wo pa ni ge be ka t-shirt be je be da o je aga je ge o be nga je o ke o yu bro na ndi o ke be a yo gani la bida o se ni mu de gani makake be se ni wu awon ni mo ko gba o mu we je ni o. Okay, thank you for listening. Bye bye.